Ooh, that's hot coffee. Oh, fuck. I still do not have audio. Shit, what the hell is wrong with you, YouTube? What the... Come on. It's broken. Bullshit. Sending feedback. Can't send feedback. Wait, you can hear me now, Mars? No fucking way. It doesn't say that I can hear myself. Because that's annoying. Like there's 5-6 buttons next to the picture of the mic, and that means that if you're talking, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? And I tried to report it, and Google said no. Mars says that he can hear me, so it's not just that I'm down to my last short thought. I guess that I'm actually able to be heard. Wonderful. I'm going to go with that and assume that it's actually working. I'm not sure whether or not it is, but hey, welcome. I'm Tom, cannabis lawyer. I've been going on for 1 minute and 20 seconds, so you guys have already checked out. One of the problems with these YouTube channels, and the reason why I'm on this, is because hey, we've had 600 subscribers, and great. So I usually pop on and do one of these. One day maybe I'll skip one, but why? Seriously. And Friday, the 17th of May of 2019. Of course, 17th of May is Norwegian for the 17th of May. Big things are going great for me. It's a little bit too much work. That's like really the only complaint. And by too much work, what am I? Want to be a baby? Come on. You have too much job security. Get over yourself. But the workload has been great, and that'll allow more revenues to be able to put into creating better content for you guys. For example, we had the podcast on Wednesday, went really well. And then I have somebody who's like, hey, man, you wanted me to cut this up and like edit some video scenes. I'm like, yeah, that's some good stuff. But the issue with that then becomes I did not make the web page. And so now I'm using iWriter to spin some content because my coder over in India created some dummy text, and I was getting downranked for that. I also need to improve various aspects of the site. But like, I guess I could... There's people out there that I could buy and hire that would help me with the type of content creation service. I'm trying to get some that are in law school that work in Chicago. Oh, open the Chicago office. I actually just opened that up. One of these later. Opened that up yesterday because, when you're trying to rank in different cities, so now I have to create some content for Chicago. Which will be fun. But then when you're trying to rank in different cities, you have to make sure that you have that type of content, that you also open up another office so that you can drop the pin through Google Maps, and then you can try to get in the TriPack when you search. So right now the goal is if somebody's searching marijuana lawyer or cannabis lawyer in Chicago, ding, that should hit the search term. And then unfortunately I have no ratings yet because, it's brand flipping new. I'll have some clients leave me some ratings in Chicago, and then that will help. But that creates a worse problem because I'm getting really, really busy. Great. But then you have to do the work, and you have to do the work well. And then you also have to continue to do all the marketing stuff. Doing the work well gets more work, and then that brings in more revenues because I'm coming up on 1 year of joining the firm that I'm at now. So next year we'll have substantially more revenues, and then I'll be able to hopefully find a good team member to help me continue to put together the content. I also need a full-time legal assistant. I have a part-time legal assistant. She's great, but I don't have a part-time workload. I could if I sucked at my job. But I'm not gonna. And so what's coming up then in cannabis legalization news for the day? The big one for today is Nebraska does Nebraska thing and tables medical marijuana bill. So will there be medical marijuana in Nebraska? No, there will not. Do they have bills? And again, that's the thing. Just because you have a bill doesn't mean that you have a law. And just because you have a law, Just like state of Illinois, for example, with adult use cannabis, just because you have a law, it doesn't mean that it's going to pass. And just because you have a law, it doesn't mean that you're going to still get home grow by the time that it's done. So hopefully home grow stays in the state of Illinois' bill, because seriously, how many people are out there farming their own tomatoes, and that's not denting the price of tomatoes? It's just not. It's just not. And so it's silly to restrict people's freedoms like that. I also think it's silly to restrict people's freedoms to 1 ounce of cannabis. Meanwhile, they can have all the vodka, like literally all the vodka. Give me enough to kill myself. That's how much vodka I want. You could do it. And then, by the way, how about you get me a truckload of cigarettes? Yes, that's right. All the cigarettes, tobacco only. I don't want to help my lungs. I'm here to try to hurt myself to show how silly the laws are. And if we treated, if we treated alcohol, cigarettes, and opioids as carefully as we treated legal cannabis, my goodness, people would not be dropping dead from lung cancer and prescription overdose. I mean, last year, prescription overdose, I don't know the final numbers, but I know 70,000 of them were for opioids. No idea how much Xanax killed. You could use CBD instead. Not making any claims regarding its efficacy. That's something for the FDA and people that are going to do clinical trials to actually do. But now you can do the clinical trials. That's pretty freaking cool. All right. It's 9:23 on a Monday, Friday. It's been a long week. Gotten a lot done. I probably should be moving on. Allergies. Anybody else just getting killed by allergies this year? I've been a snot-nosed mess all week. It has sucked. But hopefully it's getting better. I'm going to go try to work out, because I haven't done that in a while. Small, this one's for the real fans, just people that want to listen. So I tore my rotator cuff pretty good practicing yoga, which is one of the things I love to do. And so I haven't been able to practice yoga for a while, and that pisses me off. But the doctor was like, "Hey, man, yeah, that's right. Allergies are killing you too. Good." I just commiserate with the allergies getting killed. But so I tore my supraspinatus tendon, just like right here. It was a pretty bad tear. And then so the doctor's like, "Let's do the surgery." And I'm like, "Have you met my health insurance provider?" My health insurance provider, I think, is mostly just a joke. I think it's the only thing that the health insurance provider that I have can do is deny claims. Other than that, I don't think it really does anything, except that I can say that I'm compliant with the law when I'm filing my taxes, and then also charge me like $180 a month. Anyway, so I knew that I was going to have to pay for everything for the shoulder surgery. I also then looked into it, and it didn't seem like shoulder surgery is, especially for the rotator cuff, is all that good. The outcomes just haven't been that great. And I've met people that have had terrible outcomes. One of them's a client, and that's one of the ways that they found CBD to help with pain and also anxiety. And so the shoulder surgery recovery sounded like it was going to take a year. Right now, I could be in a sling going like, "Hey, people, sup? I'm going to do nothing except for eat potato chips and sit on my butt all day." And then, after 6 months, I'd be able to go, like, you can't see it, but I'd be able to go like this, and so now I can go like that. It's called prolotherapy. Sometimes you hear it like the stem cell therapy, that type of shit. It can be that. It's not always that. There's 3 stages. It's dextrose. So they inject you to help stimulate your healing. And then they use dextrose as something that will attach or like attract more of your stem cells to the area so that you can actually stitch together a little bit better. And then right above that's PRP, platelet-rich plasma. That's the one that they injected me with. And then above that, yes, is eventually stem cells. And you can do that. Hopefully PRP will be enough, but we'll see. I have to get 3 to 6 more of those treatments. And the first one, like, it was weird, when you have a rotator cuff sprain or tear, taking off your shirt can actually really, really hurt. And then I put on a lot of those jackets as well. So being able to take on and put off a jacket, I'm like, it works a little better. I can tell it's not 100%. So I'm going to go lift weights and see how much of it I can break. No, I'm not. But I am going to go lift weights. I'm going to do the most emasculating, humbling form of lifting weights. Very, very lightweight. It's terrible. But I hope that everybody out there has a very happy and safe weekend, and keep it legal. It's a little short thought for you. Legal cannabis. It's Wave of the future. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Helping so many people. Just one more thing about hemp. Because yeah, rub weed on it, maybe some CBD, but that doesn't help magically regrow tendons. For that, you're going to need the prolotherapy. Go see the people at Caring Medical, good people. And so before I do go, I wanted just to talk about how hemp is shaping up in the state of Illinois, and that's really what's keeping me extremely busy, and makes sense because hemp is the half of cannabis that's currently legal in the state. And then I'm sure by next year, when adult use marijuana comes online, then I'll be really, really, really busy, which is a great thing to have. And then it's an exercise in team building, more or less, making sure that you can keep the quality high and keep the customers happy, and then also continue to grow and raise the levels that you're doing. But the price, are you guys familiar with the price of biomass right now and CBD biomass? Like, it's about $350 to $425 per pound per percent of CBD. However, they are predicting that price will rise up to about $5 per pound. And then there's 600 farmers in Illinois that have just signed up to start growing this CBD hemp. So it's going to be interesting to watch that price coming to the harvest and out of the harvest, and how much more high quality CBD hemp is Illinois going to bring online, and what's that going to do to the price of isolate? What is the FDA going to do to the price of isolate here in 2 weeks when they actually have their press conference? That's going to be really, really exciting. And I think that press conference, or the statements to the public, that's going to be 2 weeks from today, Friday, May 31st. Wow. But this weekend, I'm going to be doing a couple of YouTubes. When will you be in your Chicago office? When I got appointments, when I need to meet a client, this is an office right here. Every office that I go to is the same setup. I just bring my MacBook Pro. There's usually a camera, a microphone, which sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. And then I have like 3 screens, wireless shit, and you bang stuff out as long as you can. And I usually work about because my girlfriend was gone all year. And so I would come home from work and then get back to working on content. And I still enjoy the content. And that's what I'm going to be doing this weekend, is making a video about why your cannabis company needs a lawyer. And I'm going to be talking about Warren Buffett and, his lawyer, Charlie Munger. Good things. Yeah. Hey, CJ, you pay me $300 an hour, bud. Yeah, fine. Well, let's also run a conflict check, of course. But anyway, one of the things that you need to know about how Warren Buffett helped himself make so much money was that his company had a good lawyer, Charlie Munger, and lawyers really have the ability to help, especially upstart entrepreneurs and business owners, as I am one. That's how I got my clients. I created a web presence, and then I continued to talk about that, and more people came in. Yeah, the Texas program, dude, that is, well, actually, I did see some headlines. So the closest thing that we're going to get in Texas is hopefully CBD hemp. Hopefully that'll be legal this year. I don't know how good the growth conditions are in Texas. To be honest, I thought Texas was a barren wasteland with Austin inside of it. But it's a large market, though. So hopefully CBD will be allowed for purchase in Texas. I thought that it was because of the farm bill, but I don't know. Again, Nebraska just torpedoed their medical marijuana bill. Surprising. Absolutely nobody. I have Fathom. What's Fathom? And then Texas marijuana medical. Because I know the medical bill in marijuana for Texas is medical cannabis is becoming more accessible in Texas. So Texas does actually have a medical marijuana law, it sounds like. Again, my philosophy on Texas is a lot like my philosophy on Alabama. There's just some states that I don't want to live in or go to. And Texas is one of them. I know that probably doesn't do me any favors for Texas, but I'm not going to go there. So that's fine. And that means that somebody's calling me. So you guys have great weekends. I'm going to go see who's calling me.